All aboard!
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Woodsman Wack-Off, the series that puts two woodsmen face to face to see which competitor can whack off their log the fastest. This week, we come back to the traditional 3 cubic inch saw lineup, continuing to work our way to the top of the heap. Our returning champion of the 50cc workhorses is the classic Jonsereds 49 SP. In our last welterweight whack-off, the 49 SP showed shocking power and RPM, considering its design hails all the way back to 1976. Today, we'll find out if it has the blood flow needed to keep it up against a younger, lighter sibling. The Jonsered 525. This saw was one of the very first to take obvious steps towards what we now know of as the clamshell design. Although it still boasts an all-metal case, it really breaks away from the norms of the more traditional split cases we see on more professional type saw designs. Both chainsaws have the traditional 44mm bore and 32mm stroke, giving us 49 cc's of displacement and open transfer port cylinders. Our woodsman of the day is once again Soft Hand Steve. He will be competing solo as Benford pulled an all-nighter teaching Cliff Booth the 4-point power stance. Anyways, let's get this party cracking. Okay, here we go. I'll never get used to seeing two Soft Hand Steves, but they're firing them up. It's also awkward seeing the horizontal flip for the 49 SP, but something you gotta do in order to get both of these guys faced off against each other whenever there's only one of them. But anyway, here we go. We're revving up and we're getting ready to dig in. There it is, the smooth glide down the shaft. No real pressure is being put on the saws, just enough to keep them going forward. And this really highlights the RPM of each saw. Looks like the Jonsered 49 SP is actually leading the way big time. Oh my goodness. The little 525 just can't even. My gosh, we're going to have to do some tricky editing here to stop the 49. Alright, finally, the 525 made it through. God, that was downright embarrassing. Alright, here comes the tug up. Maybe the 525 will do a little bit better at this. I don't know, torque comes into play here because each woodsman is pulling up on the saw pretty hard. Definitely looks closer than it was on the smooth glide, but again, the 49 SP is just dominating. Whew. Again, it looks like we're going to have to pause the 49. Here we go. Come on. Let's go 525. Now we are digging in the dogs. We got the dogs are barking. It looks like the 525 is not going to be able to get the dogs barking very good at all because it just doesn't have the strength to actually muscle through that 14 inches of red oak. Wow, the 49 SP just dominated on all 3 cuts. That is something to behold. Both saws on paper really are matched up evenly, but whenever it comes down to the brass tacks, clearly that 49 SP is the winner. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Woodsman Wack-Off, and please like and subscribe so that you can see the future Wack-Offs that we got coming your way. Take care guys.